There we go. There with the old. So it is Newsram XX, AXS, whatever we want to call it. There's been umpteen videos online about this thing, so everyone's seen a bit of it, but this is me having a nose, eh? And obviously we've all been in and looked through some of this stuff already, but this is for the benefit of doubt for anyone who wants to watch. The sexy bit. Bit of a lump. What I'm going to do in a minute is I'm going to strip the old stuff off the bike and then compare it to this and see what the differences are like. Because the one thing I've not seen online yet is what this is like versus the old Axis XX mech, or XX1 it was then. But we'll have a look, eh? Chain, everyone's seen the chain. New funky little shifter. Bit of a different beast to the old one. So be interesting to see what that's like to use. Oh, the best bit, we all love a sticker. Nothing too exciting this bit. Chain ring, it's a bit of a lump actually. Steel, as it has to be with the e-bikes. I don't know, it has to be, but there's any chance of lasting. And then, last but not least, the dustbin. That's a cool looking thing, isn't it? So yeah, that's it. That's what you get for your money. That is the XX Access T, what's it called? Dave Stuck knows the name of all of these lot. T-type system. So back in a bit with the with a comparison. And there we go. The old stuff is the new stuff. It's an actual completely different beast, to be honest. That just looks like a load of sprockets. As you can see, the new one's got quite a decent offset. The old one has, but I thought it was completely flat, but it's not. It's got a little bit, but nowhere near as much. And but they've got the same profile though. So the shift points must be the same. I was talking earlier with a friend of mine about it, just bought the same sets, and I was like, well, with the offset, with the dish on the back of this now, whether the spacing was wider or not, but clearly it's exactly the same. But the teeth, the ramping and the engagement points are completely different, completely remachined. I mean, this thing's done, it's a fair amount of work, so it's not really worn, but you can see it's got pretty basic ramps and pickups. Whereas this one is got a lot more detail in the shift ramps and stuff. So, and apparently you can shift full chat with this. So yeah, and then the mix. This looks a lump, but you've got to remember this has also got the hanger on it, which this hasn't got. This hangs on a separate hanger. But the jockey wheels are bigger, so it's supposed to aid with the efficiency and stuff in it. That's something to be seen, I suppose. But yeah. And then lastly, gone from the old Axis convert, which was the revised XO and XX shifter, the push-pull button system, to this just a straightforward, just up and down. So we've gone away from the idea of trying to copy the old trigger shifter system. Basically just decided, well, just want up and down buttons, which suits me fine, because this is always a bit of a contentious thing with that should be up and that should be down, and vice versa. Well, now we know up is up, down is down. Yeah, there we go. It's no more funky rainbow colours, but apparently onto something bigger and better. See how it goes, eh? Next vid, be fitted. So there it is, all fitted, all working. One absolute doddle to fit as well. Honestly, there's no B screws to be messing with, highs and lows to be worrying about, chewing your spokes up or falling off the end of the frame. It all works on the principle that basically where the mech is mounted to the frame, that's a known distance. The cassette is a known distance. The hub width is a known distance, which means theoretically first gear should be exactly where it should be, and every gear follows suit. And in fact, it's actually all set up off a 7th gear, which is what the red ring is all about. So when it's in 7th gear, that does all your chains and stuff. Speaking of chain, when you fit it on, all you do is go on the Access app, tell you what frame you got. It tells you what length to cut the chain to, and even on the box there's a little marker indicator ruler that tells you how many links to cut off the end of the chain to make it the length you need to have it. Put the chain on, take the slack out of the chain while it's in setup mode, which is on the mech. You've got basically 2 points you can lock it. You've either got the lockout one, which obviously is sitting there in 1st gear at the minute, but when it's in 7th gear it will sit lined up with these. In fact, let me show you. So you can actually see this. Yeah, that manual need to change gear. So it's in 7th gear. The little setup alignment things here lock out on. So if you was to put the mech into lock now, the chain would be tight, which is the whole point. That gives you your mech positioning, and then done basically. There's nothing else left to do other than pair the mech up with the shifter. But honestly, yeah, smashed out the park with this one. It's easy to fit. It's pretty much bomb-proof. Everyone's seen the videos online, I'm guessing, of them being smashed off of walls and stamped on and bits and pieces. And no, I'm not doing it to mine. If you want to see someone do that, go and have a look on YouTube. There's plenty of people jumping around on bikes in a minute. But yeah, that is it. Pretty simple. Ready to go. Once the weather sorts itself out, I'll be out on the trails giving it a real world test. That is it. Right. Catch you next time.